Hello everyone. A couple of years ago I shared my top 10 favorite Batman fan films, and as you know, there's been a plethora of fan films out there since then. And today, I just wanted to have a quick list in no particular order, 10 more awesome Batman fan films you can check out online here on YouTube. Starting off the list is The Outlaw Prologue, directed by Liam Carvey. The Outlaw Prologue is pretty much like a prologue or kind of like concept trailer for a short film involving the Red Hood. And I love how this is shot. It's very grounded and gritty. Think Punisher, Dirty Laundry, or like a Netflix Daredevil show. It's done in that way with these thugs, basically, and the Red Hood. We don't get to see him entirely as the Red Hood in his full costume, outside of a few glimpses, but it's a promising trailer that shows us the danger of this city. And I like it, there's not too much Jason Todd material. I love what they did with Under the Red Hood, tied in Season 3. We could use a little bit more Jason Todd and the Red Hood, and I hope it gets its budget from Indiegogo. Feel free to donate there. It's an interesting short that doesn't have Batman per se, but it's in the world of Batman, and it's a very grim world of Gotham City. Next up is Batman Broken Promises from Stephen Trumbull Animation. I absolutely dig this animation style here. It's very stylized. If you love the animated series or Batman the Telltale series, I think you're going to really enjoy this. It has a great story. Batman is voiced effectively. He sounds like the Dark Knight. We also get to see some familiar faces in his rogues gallery. And it has a pretty strong story, and the visuals really enhance it. It has that comic book feel. After that, I recommend Batman First Night by David Conesa. This is in Spanish, but I absolutely love this short film. And it's pretty much about Batman in his first night of fighting crime. It's a little bit of a language barrier, but if you can get beyond that, this is almost like Batman in training. He's not perfect. He gets beat up. Alfred's questioning him throughout this short, and I like how low budget it is, Fan films are endearing in the fact that even though they're low budget to almost no budget, there's a lot of heart and soul. And this very much is one of my favorite recent Batman short films. The way the fighting's done, the way Batman almost gains confidence the further the story progresses. And it's nice just seeing this first night of him fighting crime. And it shows you how well written Batman is as a character. Like, Batman can translate to any culture around the world, and that's a cool thing. That shows you how endearing and how everlasting Batman is as a character. After that is 1987, Blood of the Bat. This is a Batman horror fan film done by James Campbell. If that name sounds familiar, because he did the Jack the Ripper Batman film that was like the Elseworlds Victorian era Batman film I mentioned in my last video, and I really love what he does here with Batman fighting vampires. This is like Blade and Dracula with a bit of the Elseworlds tale of Batman being a vampire hunter, This is cool. Batman already has kind of a creepy, dark city and rogues gallery, so add vampires into that gothic element and you have an interesting mix. I cannot wait to see the full version of the film. If you go see the concept trailer right now, you will not regret it, even down to like the Bram Stoker's Dracula score being used with Batman just fighting these grotesque creatures of the night. It takes a creature of the night to fight another creature of the night. And if you're a fan of horror films and you're a comic book fan, I think you're going to enjoy this one. After that is Batman Rebirth, A Night Painted in Red, directed by Joshua Ratcliffe. This film is a lower budget fan film that pays homage to many different eras of Batman. The score has a mix of Alien Goldenthal's music, Danny Elfman, Hans Zimmer. It's cool seeing Christian Bale's suit, but put with the comic book Batmobile. And overall, it's nice how they play around with time. The cinematography of this is incredible, how they shoot in the city. It looks like a high budget movie. And it's cool seeing yet another kind of Red Hood tale. Done more in the vein of Arkham Knight. Batman, after a tragedy, kind of took some time off, and now he returns to face a new threat, a threat from the past in more than one way. I like seeing how they deal with police corruption and who to trust with these people from the League of Assassins infiltrating Gotham City. It has many of the elements you love from the Nolan trilogy, and again, this is just a fun little short. After that is The Oath, a Batman fan film. This is an interesting Batman fan film in the fact that it's set in the Burtonverse with Michael Keaton's Batman. I love this. This involves an officer who has hit rough times, and he's kind of at a crossroads here. Is he going to honor the oath? You know, to uphold the law, to honor the badge, the shield, so to speak, or is he going to sell out? Is he going to basically take bribes and stuff? I like this, and I also like Batman interfering and basically being in the crosshairs of this man's decision, you know, and the way he acts, the actor who plays Batman, is very much in line with a Michael Keaton film, especially 1989. And with the music and the way it's shot, it's like a little vignette, a love letter to the Burtonverse that I could totally imagine, even though it's a fan film, I can totally imagine this as a short story in the Burtonverse. And with Michael Keaton having a resurgence in the upcoming Flash film, I think many fans of his incarnation should definitely check out this film. It's a recent, short Batman fan film, but it's an enjoyable one and done very well. Next up is Nightmare, Man or Bat, directed by Jordan D. Foss. Now, he did the Nightmare films and Killing Joker. Those films are one of the best made Batman fan films, along with Bat in the Sun Productions, you know. I love his work, and this continues where the last one left off, but it's Man-Bat. And the way they do this with the effects is impressive, to say the least. There are many moments that pay homage to not only the animated series, but to the Batman Arkham Knight side quest that involved Man-Bat. There's some cool moments from all different incarnations that I think many fans will enjoy. Many moments of action, and the way they use CGI with practical effects is done impeccably. I really enjoyed this so much, and it even has a short little kind of epilogue at the end that teases the next fan film that involves Jason Todd, and he is brutal, like brutal and sadistic. I mean, I love it. This is like Batman hyper-violence meets The Crow and many other elements. This is just Batman done right, and he even has a different suit. The other suit resembled more the Arkham suit. This one is kind of more in line with the Batman Noel suit from the comics. And there's some great nods to the comics regarding Batman's investigative skills. You know, Bruce Wayne's master of deception, you know. You get to see Matches Malone, and that's kind of cool because the films haven't really explored his persona of Matches Malone. I think outside the comics, I've only seen it in the animated series. So that's kind of cool. Speaking of Bat in the Sun, the last film they did is Batman Dying is Easy. I didn't get to go over this because my video last time was before this film was made. There are many Bat in the Sun films that made my list last time, and I recommend seeing Dying is Easy. It's a great, simple story. You know, he's trying to find this missing girl. He's trying to basically find information out from the Joker. And it's cool because the Joker is sick. He's dying. So there's plenty of twists and turns in this, and Batman has to interrogate him one last time in Arkham Asylum and basically tie up loose ends to a case he's been working on for months. Kevin Porter returns as Batman. Outside of Kevin Conroy and Ben Affleck, I think he's the best as far as the voice and look. Aaron Shananke directed this. He also plays the Joker. Very comic book accurate Joker. Michael Madsen has an appearance as Harvey Bullock. He actually plays a really good Harvey Bullock. I love the green screen effects. It just seems like they had more of a budget on this one compared to their previous films. It's like, if you love the last Bat in the Sun films, this is like that, but then kind of elevated, you know. There's like some cool little cameos and Easter eggs to the Batman comics, and I think you would really enjoy it. This is one of the best fan films. After that is Batman, An Innocent Guy, directed by Holden Hardman. This is actually an adaptation of a short story that's at the end of Batman the Killing Joke by Brian Boland. This is a really kind of screwed up, eerie tale in many ways. Like, the guy is like a wacko, like, just, he wants to be famous by killing Batman. And some part of it reminded me of some real, like, either serial killers or like the man who shot John Lennon. Like, it just has that vibe, but it involves Batman. And this is a perfect short in the fact that it recreates frame by frame the short story at the end of The Killing Joke. So if you've read that and are familiar with it, this is like a live action adaptation of that story. And of course, he's just talking on a desk in front of a camera. So it's kind of cool that they could do this on a low budget, but then the parts they do show, you do get to see Batman, and he's like in the Batfleck suit. So that's kind of cool how they infuse the DCEU Batman with the story. Overall, this is just a love letter to that short little story in The Killing Joke, and if you enjoyed that, it's going to be kind of cool seeing this in live action, I must say. Last up is Gordon, a Batman fan film directed by Patrick Logan. Gordon is a beautiful film, and this is just done very well. A different style of Joker. He's crazy, but it's not done over the top. It's not trying to be Mark Hamill. It's like somewhere in between, and the actor does a great job of making the role his own. Gordon, one of the best Gordons I've seen. But what I love about this film is that they did an artistic choice, and they shot it all in black and white. So it has that Sin City kind of like Seven vibe to it. And Gordon decides to take matters into his own hands. He's tired of Joker and these criminals getting away with things. So he's going to do what Batman cannot do. And it's interesting seeing Gordon cross that line, but then seeing Gordon not really being affected by it. And he did it also because he knows what would happen if Batman ever crossed that line. Batman cannot afford to cross that line. It would break him in more than one way. And Gordon, he's able to take it, you know. And I love that because Gordon's always been just a cop, and I'm like, why does he follow the same moral code as Batman? I know he's a good man, and I know he follows the rules, and Batman and him want to make Gotham a better place in a certain way. But after everything he's been through, this isn't too far-fetched, and I love that they took that route, that they had the balls to take that route with Jim Gordon. And this is one of my favorite James Gordon stories, probably outside of Batman Year One, I know, but yeah, I would highly recommend checking it out. Anyway, those are 10 awesome Batman fan films I recommend checking out. I'll leave a link to all the fan films in the description. In the meantime, you can feel free to like, comment down below some fan films I may have missed and I should check out. So comment down below. I'd love to see some more Batman-related fan films. And feel free to check out these videos for more content. May everyone stay safe and healthy out there. Till next time.